What it do? We're back with picks for the card. Charles Max. Yo, this is probably the best fight the UFC's put on all year. If you couldn't tell, I'm quite sick. So, I mean, that's part of the reason I haven't posted any content this week, but I always am just gonna grind out my picks before the card. What I want to get back to get back in the flow is honestly, I'm not even gonna have any big videos planned. We're just gonna move past this card and I'll fucking just post my reaction to it after the fights are done, try to analyze what happened, but yeah, that's kind of boring because it's like fight recaps are so dumb because everybody's retarded, nobody knows how to score fights. They always score them incorrectly for no reason to try to put their personal opinion out there and they're wrong. So like it's kind of annoying explaining to people what I just watched again because they don't know what they're watching or aren't actually watching with intent, which fucking annoys me. So, anyway, yeah, okay, you can watch to be entertained and not trying to be actively scoring everything, but I don't know what I'm on about. It's just people who watch this sport are retarded. People who watch everything are retarded. People in society in general are retarded. Like, some kid fucking told me that Song Yudong won the first round against O'Malley because of the takedown and the four rabbit punches. Fuck this fucking. I don't know. I'm getting pissed off, but I guess I'll make my predictions. And going into this video, I still don't know who I'm picking for this main event right now, so I'm gonna figure it out as I analyze it. This being a featured fight's bullshit. The quality of the card is not good. We just happen to have the best fight of the year the UFC's put on. Also, I'm gonna probably I'm gonna react to like the White House card if they announce it during the card, which I assume they will. So, like, I like how Dana says, "I'm gonna announce it Saturday," right? But doesn't say he's gonna do it during the card to get people to watch the card. The guy sucks at his fucking job. Get him out of there. Like, I don't even know. Like, I want to say, like, I want to say I'm gonna punch him in the fucking face, but obviously I can't do that. So. Like, just the abundance of retards on the planet today is pissing me off to no end. So, but anyway, first fight Luke Fernandez versus Rodolfo Bellato. I know nothing about Luke Fernandez. I know something about Rodolfo Bellato. I know he can't fucking grapple. Wait, no, he can't. What? That's the other dude. I'm thinking of Janata Denise that can't grapple. But no, Rodolfo Bellato sucks at fighting. But the thing is, Luke Fernandez probably does too. But I'll pick Luke Fernandez because he's American. Like, there's nothing else to this. I have no clue. Volume 32 strikes per minute as well. I watched Rodolfo Blato's fights. He always makes fights closer than they could be because he just stands there and doesn't throw anything. Luke Fernandez is not going to stand there and not throw anything, so Luke Fernandez will win because he's actually going to throw something. There. Next one, Rafael Tobias and Dyer Nergoje. Um, Damn, 22 years old for Tobias. That's got to be fake. But I guess we'll go with Rafael Tobias to win because Dyer Nergije I don't think is good at fighting. Rafael Tobias is a prospect coming in making his debut. Hopefully he's good at fighting. If he's not, then cut him. And if he's not, he's gonna lose. But what am I supposed to predict? What am I supposed to be grinding Rafael Tobias film? Like, I don't know. I'm just gonna assume he's gonna win because he's on roids. Dyer Nergije probably is too. He's just blobby. But yeah, we'll go with Rafael Tobias. All right, this fight kind of interesting. Jesus Aguilar and Sumudurji. Okay, so Sumudurji, I think he's is he the tallest flyweight on the roster? He is 5'8". I think Steve Urseg's 5'8", but I don't think Steve Urseg's a flyweight anymore. But he's still chinny at bantamweight. He got chin almost by Ode, and that fooled me into picking Ode against whatever his face is. That stupid, whatever the hell he lost to last weekend, 2 weekends ago. But yeah, we got a Sumergi and Jesus Aguilar. Jesus Aguilar is on a bit of a run. He just beat Luis Garule by decision. He's on a bit of a win streak. I think who else did he beat? Stuart Nickel. Nah, Stuart Nickel's not good. And he's 5'4". He's got to like I think for Jesus Aguilar to win this fight, he has to grapple because I don't think he's gonna beat Sumudurji in the striking. And again, Sumudurji is chinnable, but I don't think Jesus Aguilar is good enough to be able to chin Sumudurji. He might like sting him on the feet a bit and hurt him, but I don't think Jesus Aguilar is going to be able to get in range to do that. So he's going to have to grapple, but I think Sumudurji has a big jiu-jitsu advantage. I mean, dude, look at the reach advantage is 10 inches. Are you kidding me? Opposite stance as well. And for a guy who's a bit stockier, plottier like Jesus Aguilar, the opposite stance is going to line up Sumudurji's left hand a lot better. So I'm just going to go with Sumudurji to get this one done against Jesus Aguilar. I wanted to pick Jesus Aguilar coming into this video, but looking at this, thinking about it, I just don't believe he's going to get it done. So I'll go with Sumudurji by a, I don't know, technical decision where he kind of pieces up Jesus Aguilar throughout the course of 3 rounds, defends takedowns, maybe gets takedowns of his own as well. If Sumudurji gets a takedown of his own, you could see him submitting Jesus Aguilar here, but I'm just going to stick by a decision as my betting advice. Next fight on the card, Cody Durden and Tumen Dembarel. Uh, I don't think Tumen Dembarel has fought in like 3 years, and Cody Durden fought. Dude, come on, Alan Nascimento. Yeah, got hit with an elbow, got Darce choked. I picked Alan Nascimento to submit Cody Durden in that fight. And I'm gonna pick Cody Durden to lose this fight again. I always pick against Cody Durden. I always think he's gonna lose. So, it's not a bit of a surprise. I kind of want him to win, but well, one, he's American, so I kind of want him to win, but I just don't think he'll get this one done. I think Tumen Demirel puts a pace on you. Cody Durden's getting a bit older. He doesn't really deal with pressure well, like when somebody's pressing him back, and that's what Tumen Demirel's gonna do. I do think Cody Durden is a better striker and should be able to outstrike Tumen Demirel, but I think Tumen Demirel is just gonna put the pressure on with like wrestling, and I don't like. I know Cody Durden can probably defend takedowns, but I don't think he's gonna be able to defend the MMA chain wrestling that Tumen Demirel has. I don't think Tumen Demirel is gonna get a finish or anything. This fight is probably gonna be kind of boring if they're not striking. So look for it to be kind of boring coming up here in a few hours. Jesus. But yeah, I'm just gonna go with Tumen Demirel to get this one done. He he looks like a fuck. I don't even want to say it. Just like looks like he just looks Mongolian, dude. He looks Mongolian. He looks like a Mongolian peasant. Anyway, moving on. The next fight on the card. Ricky Tercios and I don't know this guy's first name, Montez. We're gonna go with I don't know this guy's first name, Montez, to win this because Ricky Tercios is garbage, and I don't know why he's in the UFC. It's that simple. Ricky Tercios is garbage. Montez by finish. Not interesting. This is what I mean. Like, the UFC's prelims are so uninteresting that I don't even want to break any of these fights down. Now, this one, like, this one is in. This one, and this is the thing, this fight is more interesting than any of these fights. Even though Dante Johnson is going to sleep Cody Brundage in a round, it's still going to be an interesting fight to watch because Dante Johnson is a 5'8" middleweight, kind of like Torres Finney. Should we, hey, after this, we should get Dante Johnson versus Torres Finney, please. I would love to see Dante Johnson versus Torres Finney after he knocks out Cody Brundage in a round. That's my pick. I think Dante Johnson's going to drop Cody Brundage with a left hand or left overhand and then just finish him with ground and pound. But Cody Brundage, I'm not going to say that he can't sting Dante Johnson and keep him back for a bit, but inevitably Dante Johnson is going to outwork Cody Brundage, and Cody Brundage's cardio is going to wane as the rounds go on. Like, by the end of the first round, he's always gassed out. So, like, even if he, like, hurts Dante Johnson early or something, he's just going to get finished later on in the round. He just, his offensive success is only going to just prolong him having to be in the cage with Dante Johnson. So, yeah, I'm excited to see Dante Johnson go to work, though. He's an exciting prospect. I fuck with him. So, yeah, we're going to be looking forward to the brutality of this finish on Cody Brundage. Because, dude, he almost got knocked out by Julian Marquez like 2 fights ago. Damn, didn't this guy fights all the time, bro. Dude, this guy's got to go. He's 11-8. I mean, it's all his losses are in the UFC, by the way, but still, like, if you can't win in the UFC, you can't be in the UFC. I'm sorry. We gotta fix this sport. Like, I don't like what even is this sport anymore? Who knows? Whatever. Dante Johnson by finish. I like Dante Johnson. Next one: Cody Garbrandt versus Zhao Long. Zhao Rong. Did I just wait? Did I say Cody Brundage? It's Cody Garbrandt, former bantamweight champion Cody Garbrandt. Yeah, people forget, man. This guy beat Dominic Cruz, first guy to beat Dominic Cruz in the UFC, and he's only 34. That's how like bad his career has gone downhill. But you know what? Fuck this, dude. I'm gonna pick Cody to win this. I don't care. I know nothing about this Chinese dude. Never seen him fight. Haven't watched any of his film. Don't know if he came off road to UFC. Don't know where he came from, but I'm picking Cody No Love to get this one done by knockout. Like, okay, the thing about Cody and why he's losing is he's always actually fighting good competition. He's never losing to guys that are bad at the sport or like the UFC doesn't like let him fight newcomers or anything. They always like put him against guys that are like kind of contenders, right? So why the hell would like how is he gonna win fights against like Howney Barcelos or Figueiredo or Kai Kara France cutting too much weight to go to flyweight, right? But this is actually a winnable fight for him, so I'm gonna pick him to win. Uh, if he doesn't win, then he should retire and quit the sport and do something else. But I mean, how much money did he make from the Dominic Cruz fight or the TJ Dillashaw fights? Guy's got to be a millionaire, right? But yeah, I want to see Cody get this one done. Not that's not why I'm picking him. I'm picking him because this is a winnable fight for him. So I'm gonna like my pick of him is to make the point that this is a winnable fight and that he should win this, and that if he doesn't, then he's already officially washed. But like if he doesn't win this one, then he's officially like he should retire. He should quit. So that's what I'm saying with this. But yeah, I think like because his speed's different. Like these guys that have never been in the UFC, speed's different. This guy's 27 and 10. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, man? Why do I keep saying that? But yeah, this guy's not on like who what the fuck even is a Zhao Long? That's what I'm saying. What the fuck is a Zhao Long? We know what a Cody Garbrandt is. We don't know what a Zhao Long is. All right, moving on to the main card. Now, this main card's actually really solid aside from these two fights, which I guess it's not solid then because you have two fight night prelim level fights on the main card. Like putting Raul Rosas on the main card of a pay-per-view is stupid as fuck. He's ugly as fuck. I want to see him lose. But first, we got the biggest, baddest rematch in middleweight history. RoboCop versus Bruno Ferreira. Now, last time Bruno Ferreira slept RoboCop, shocker to everybody, because RoboCop was on a tear. RoboCop's back on a win streak. He's going to be more technical. And Bruno Ferreira hasn't really gotten better since that fight. But RoboCop, I think, has gotten better since that fight. And I think that RoboCop is just going to be able to make the adjustments needed to be able to win this. And honestly, I think he's going to be able to hurt Bruno Ferreira in this. And I think he's going to be able to sleep him. So, yeah, like Bruno Ferreira is not better at fighting than Gregory Rodriguez. And he doesn't even have, like, his cardio isn't even better. He just slept him last time. Like, I don't even, I don't even know how that happened. Right, so I'm going to go with RoboCop to get this one done. Uh, I'll go by TKO. Hopefully it's a highlight reel because that the UFC would need that, but this is going to be an entertaining fight. If Bruno Ferreira presses the action, this fight will be pretty entertaining. If RoboCop presses, it'll be entertaining. Should be a war, and I'm going to be looking forward to it. So yeah, that's about it. Like these fights are kind of like dull. Like how am I supposed to get excited? Like I don't know. I just can't get excited for this. This I can get excited for. Strictly for the memes. And I am going to be picking Drew Dober to chin MJ. Right? Because, alright, last time MJ beat Zell Huber. But Zell Huber just got chinned by Bobby Green. So that wasn't even really a good win for MJ to begin with, looking back on it, right? And Drew Dober's still in there. Drew Dober still fights. He's still good at this shit. He's coming off a win against Kyle Prepolek, right? So, the King of Canada. So, I'm just, like, I know MJ's fast. He's going to be tagging Dober on that blockhead, but I just don't see a world where Michael Johnson gets hit by Drew Dober, especially with his extra added. He gets a stat boost every time he fights a black guy, seemingly. But yeah, I'm just gonna go with Dober to TKO MJ, and MJ's the favorite because he beat Zell Huber. But Zell Huber on the models shouldn't be rated that high. So, like the big, if you guys want some betting advice from my models, my betting advice is just take the Dober money line, and that's about it. Like that's the best bet on the card because there's no reasonable scenario where Michael Johnson wins this because he doesn't have the power anymore. He has the speed, but he doesn't have any power anymore. His defense isn't really that good. He's still old. He's still really chinny. I think Dober can have a grappling advantage in this one too if he wants to shoot takedowns and grapple. I'm sure he can do that. So, yeah, we're going to pick Drew Dober to win this one. Big dog, big bear. Feature fight Rob Font versus Raul Rosales Jr. Wow. This is just so boring. Why is this a feature fight? I'm gonna pick Rob Font to win this too, because I hate Raul Rosas, and I want to see him lose. But also because I think Rob Font can handle the grappling enough to where Chiwiwis is gonna gas out. Because Chiwiwis has no cardio. You guys like, I know people who like don't watch the sport don't know this, but he has zero cardio. He gasses out like every fight. He was getting put in like a proving necktie by the guy in his last fight who isn't good. How's he getting this opportunity? Rob Font is good. He's training at. Wait, where's he training? I saw a clip of him training somewhere. Dude, he's training at Faraz's gym. You think Faraz isn't gonna have him ready for this? Out of your damn mind. Rob Font gets this done by decision. I'm calling like there's no analysis to break down here. It's if Rob Font defends the grappling, Chiwiwis will gas out, and then he's just gonna piece him up when he's gassed out. Because he's better at boxing, and he's gonna jab him up, he's gonna hit him with the two. Chiwiwis is gonna be open for that all day, because he can't strike. Like there's no technical breakdown to have. This isn't an interesting fight. And okay, if Rob Font's gonna lose, it's just gonna be because Chiwiwis goes out there and submits him in round one. It's not gonna happen. Fuck's calling me, bro. Stop calling. All right, co-main time. Borralho, RDR. Uh, this is an interesting fight as well because RDR is gonna pressure Borralho and make him work, hopefully, and he looks in a lot better shape. So if he can't sustain, the problem is this is a 3-round fight, and I do think Borralho has good cardio. I don't like know. Like this is so weird because I can't see this going exactly how the Brendan Allen fight went because I can't really see Borralho just picking up RDR and taking him. Actually, can I? Okay, I got this. No, I figured it. I understand now. I'm gonna pick Borralho by a ground and pound TKO because RDR just got his ass beat by Brandon Allen. Like I don't care how much cardio he's doing, it's not gonna matter. Because if Brendan Allen is taking you down and beating you up on the ground, Caio Borralho is a better grappler than Brendan Allen. He's a better striker than Brendan Allen. He's better at fighting than Brendan Allen, just in general. I don't see RDR surviving this. The only thing that is going to help him survive is that this is 3 rounds, so Borralho's not going to have as much time to beat him up on the ground, but like realistically, what is RDR going to be able to do to Borralho? If he wants to pressure him back and hit the knees like he did against Bobby Knuckles, that's not going to work because Borralho's taller and is going to be able to hit him with jabs coming in, hit him with the left hand coming in. They're both southpaw, by the way. Borralho's jab. That means the main weapon on the feet is going to be jabs, and Borralho's jab is much better than RDR's. And I think he could actually drop him with it. So I'm going to be picking Borralho to beat up RDR on the ground. But if RDR does actually come in significantly improved and defends all the grappling of Borralho offensively and doesn't just lay on bottom like a pussy the entire fight, this is going to be a war on the feet because I don't think RDR will quit on the feet. I just think Borralho will outstrike him and hurt him enough to get the decision. So, yeah, this fight's actually pretty interesting, but I'm just going to pick Borralho to be able to do the same thing Brendan Allen did because I just think he's better than Brendan Allen at that specific thing he used to beat RDR, is my logic. Right. So I'm not going to like look past it. But if RDR comes in, and, like I just said that. There's no fucking point. That's the pick, bro. Come on. Borrelio by ground and pound TKO. All right. Main event time. This is my favorite fight the UFC's put on all year, and it sucks that the card surrounding it is so fucking bad. But now let's get into this. We can break this down now. We can actually. I can get my bag, right? I can get my bag. Let me take a sip of tea real quick. Shit. Damn. Alright, I just got revived. Alright. Charles Oliveira versus Max Holloway for the BMF belt. Not that I care about the BMF belt. Illy is the BMF champ. Actually, the lineal BMF champ. Oh, the lineal BMF champ is Islam. That's great. That's funny. Because what? You had Jorge Mad Dog versus Nate. Jorge beats Nate. Usman beats Jorge. Leon beats Usman. Bilal beats Leon. JDM beats Bilal. Islam. Dude, Islam's the lineal BMF champ, by the way. But if we're going to just use the BMF belt as a way to get overpaid fighters into main events so that we don't actually have to put on good title fights because these guys never fight, I'm fine with that. But anyway, let's break this down. So, the way I want to predict this fight, because I still haven't picked, obviously, I'm still making the fucking video, but the difference in this fight for me is going to be how good is Max's footwork on the back foot. Because my thing is, Charles, his game plan against Ilya, and you saw him do it to Gamera, his game plan was to just walk Ilya backwards and then hopefully use fence wrestling to get him to the ground and then, stall out, like, on the ground, hopefully get up on top, but if you don't end up on top, that's fine. Because then you're not on the feet with Ilya. Obviously, that didn't happen because we found out Ilya is actually a phenomenal grappler, which we kind of knew, but putting Charles in a crucifix, that was crazy. But still, Charles got out of the crucifix with the leg lock, so that was high level as fuck. The Ilya Charles grappling sequence. I'm gonna put you guys on. That was the difference in that fight. And we all knew that if Ilya was on the feet with Charles, like, we know what's gonna happen there. Come on. But for this one, Max does not have like Ilya level power where he's gonna be able to like knock Charles out with one punch. So my question is Max gonna just be able to stay at range and pot shot Charles and win a technical striking battle for 5 rounds while keeping him off the pressure? Like he did against Rufus, and like he did not really against Dustin. He was kind of going after Dustin a bit, and those body kicks, but Dustin doesn't defend body kicks. Charles is a Muay Thai stance though, so the body kicks are not going to be there for Max that he used against Dustin. So he's going to have the same game plan that he had against Gaethje. But the problem is Charles will offensively wrestle, and I think Charles's footwork to be able to pressure back is a lot better than Gaethje's. So this is going to be really competitive. I still think that even if Charles is able to pressure Max back, Max is still going to be able to land, but he's not going to be putting like tons of volume on Charles. It's going to be he's going to move around, he's going to feint a bit, He's going to move around. He's going to try to feint. And then he's going to land like one or two strikes. And he's going to move around and feint. All the while, is Charles going to be landing his own shots? And is he going to be using that collar tie in the tie clinch to be able to be being like landing knees on Max, right? Landing uppercuts in the clinch on Max. Like, is the spinning back kick going to even affect Charles, right? This fight's so interesting because I actually like, don't understand. I don't know how this is going to go. And that's my thing. Like, people picking Max are acting like Max is like some like world class, above Oliveira in the striking. But dude, Ilya was fucking Max's leg up with the calf kicks in their fight. And Charles has better low kicks than Ilya, especially from that Muay Thai stance that he has. So that's going to be a thing for Charles. He's going to be scoring those while he's pressuring back and slowing down Max's movement. And I'm having trouble seeing Max like chinning Charles with a right hand. Like, I know he can do it, and I know he can hurt him, but like, and I'm not saying that Max won't hurt Charles in this fight, but what I'm saying is, even if Max does hurt Charles with a right hand or something, I just think Charles is gonna like take it, get back on the pressure, go back to his high guard, and then continue to press forward. And then the constant pressure from Charles, like I don't think that the constant pressure from Charles is going to put Max back against the fence more. And then what? Charles is going to be shooting, he's going to be in position to get more takedowns because of that, right? So, like, as I think about this fight more, like, because my first instinct was to pick Max because he's just going to outstrike Charles, move around, not get taken down. Or Charles won't be in a position to take him down because Max's footwork is going to be too good. But then I started thinking, like, okay, well, Ilya was slowing Max down with those calf kicks a lot. Charles' better calf kicks. That's going to slow Max's footwork down. Over 5 rounds, Max is going to get more stationary because he's going to want to land more. And Charles is going to just have to be on the pressure this entire time. And if Charles is on the pressure the entire time, he's like, I can't not see him getting a takedown. Like, he's going to get a takedown eventually, right? He's gonna grab Max and put him against the fence. And I think he's gonna be able to work him to the ground. And dude, on the ground, honestly, like on the ground, I think Charles is gonna submit him. Like, honestly, dude, I think if Charles gets Max to the ground one time, an armbar is coming, a back take, a rear naked choke. Like, I'm gonna pick Charles by submission, guys. Like, I don't wanna. I like Max, but dude, I, I don't know how he gets away from this. Like, he's gonna have to sit down on his shots so much to sting Charles and get him off him. But if he does that, then Charles is just gonna shoot on him. And we saw Max get taken down by Ilya, who, like, okay, you can say the Ilya versus Charles fight, like, Ilya might be better at wrestling, but that's a little bit different. Like, Ilya got in on a double leg, picked Max up, put him down. Like, if Max is stationary, Charles can do that exact same thing. Pick him up, put him down, and then when Charles picks you up and puts you down with a double leg, he's immediately on your back and choking you out in like 30 seconds. So, I think, so essentially, let me just to recap how I see this fight going. I think Max is going to be trying to float around on the outside because Charles is going to come forward with the pressure. And if Max pressures forward, Charles is just going to grab him and push him back anyway. So then Max is going to have to settle into the game plan of trying to float around on the outside and sting Charles with shots to keep him off him. But eventually, Max is going to have to get so stationary to keep Charles off him that he's gonna try to sit down on some shots, and that's gonna open up Charles's ability to get takedowns. And when Charles gets a takedown on Max, I think he's just gonna submit him. So I'm gonna go with Charles to get a second or third round submission. And Max isn't. And when Charles Oliveira fought Dustin, like this is, I kind of see this fight going similarly to how the Charles Oliveira versus Dustin fight went, except Dustin is actually better at jiu-jitsu than Max. So I think it'll be even like easier for Charles to submit Max than he did Dustin. And I know that, I mean, if you watch the Dustin versus Max fight, Max took him down and beat him up a little bit with ground and pound, but that was like, dude, come on, that Dustin, that last fight, that's not Dustin. So yeah, there's my pick. I'm going with Charles by submission. I know everybody's picking Max, but I just can't get away from this feeling that Charles is gonna run Max to the fence, use his wrestling, and submit him. Now, if this fight goes 5 rounds, dude, and Max survives and he wants to point down at the center, Charles might be getting slept, but but nah, I'm gonna pick Charles by submission. So yeah, that's the vid, guys. Like and subscribe. I'll post my recap as soon as this fight happens, and then I'm gonna post a reaction to the White House card announcement tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll see how I feel.